Alright, folks, good morning, happy Monday. Little bit of a late start today because I have been running and I'm clearly no star athlete. Been making a regular habit of it because if it's not a regular habit, not consistent, there's really no point. But I'm making such good progress. What I've been doing is for my longer run days, I run from here. Half the mile outside the residential, another mile into town, further mile to the big box shopping centers. And how I started doing it was I'll run the full half mile through, and then I'll walk and run every other block or so. Walk for 1 block, run for 2, walk for half a block, run for 1. And last time, I ran through my half mile point and only had to walk for a brief half block twice at the 1.6 and 2.3 mile waypoints, and this time my legs were suffering because it is hot this weekend. And when it is hot, I eat more. I gorge on all my leftover curry that I made because it is hot enough to soak just sitting in my room. And the only relief I have is putting energy into my face. But this time ran the full 2.8 miles, no stopping, no walking. Hey, MT83. And so that's why it's a little bit late today. But it can't be too late, because we still have to rescue Archie from the ungulate. We're going to break him out of jail this time. Which is going to require completing the Congregation of Rats first. It seems like the primary contact for the jailbreak is Ferret. And I'm not entirely sure how much more deep the plot is going to get for the jailbreak. Selling your soul is super quick. You make friends with the devils, sell your soul, make your confession, and the game pretty much ends right at that moment. And solving the actual mystery, I floundered for a bit, but we got some good leads very early on, so we managed to finish. We actually managed to finish finding the real killer and making them agree to confess in court with time to spare. So, with only those 2 data points, I have no idea how long it's going to take after seeking social acceptance for Algernon and getting Ferret to agree to help us break out Archie. So what are we doing? This is the afternoon of the final day of confessions, which we have to redo because the autosave is every single time you go back to the attic. But because this is the last day of confessions, it's going to do the big whole David cutscene where you go to the cemetery, dig him up, that's not David, go back home, David's alive, and then time skip to like 20 days later into Season of Yule. And that means no save point until the next season. So how are we going to end this one off? Is it Archie? Census with Phoebe? Theophilus needs anything? Oh, that's right. Oh, wait. No. We've already... Have we met the canon yet? The future Bishop of Southwark? Yeah, we have already met Reginald. That's right. We left off Friday speaking with Theophilus about bringing rats into London society. Which would have been where we left off on Friday, except the between seasons part is a drought of save points. So first thing we gotta do today is a warm-up lap of introducing Algernon and the rats to the vicar, and then digging up David, advancing the season, and then we'll make good on Ferret's request that we make good, proper Christians of the mice, and then see if that is all we need to get Ferret to agree to break out our chief. It means, Theophilus, like I said last Friday, you are going to be St. Francis of Assisi. You are going to be ministering to the animals, and it's going to be great. Algernon, what do you think? And I think this is where we get the information on the Rat Prophet King or whatever, the Rat Prophet Saint or something, whatever it was. A saint for every stripe down here. Assume the saint will turn out to be something horrible. Confess mystification is what we chose last time. We're going to pick the same options. Doesn't keep up with the saints, and yet he's all in for St. Thomas the Doubter. The ceremony might be arranged. All you need, Theophilus? Think of it this way, man. You're all worried about what saint did the converting. All you gotta worry about is if the rats all become good baptized Christians, that means he's gonna get so many more donations. Just don't ask where it came from. Now see, here's the thing, right? He wants a full history of the saint with miracles. We're not trying to beatify and canonize a saint here. We're trying to convert the mice. If the mice already have the good word in their heart, why do we gotta cash the check and co-sign for it? Find a patron saint for the rats, but they've already got one. Baptize Algernon the rats. You know, come to think of it, did we have the quest to baptize Algernon the rat in the previous playthrough? I know that we're looking for acceptance, but I can't recall if the baptism of Algernon was an actual thing we had to do. Make light of the obvious danger. Point out far, far too large to be a bat. Does it visit option? Make light of the danger. This repudiated bastard that crawled out of my fallen-loving character would have done such. Apparently, fruit bat is so good, but I haven't had the chance to try one yet. Good rifle, shot bigger beast, dishonestly. Suggest dishonestly. He's gonna talk himself up. And it's taken until the end of the Seasons of Confession to unlock Tentaground Synagogue this time. Explore Theophilus's possible interest in me. Does the father want to become the daddy? Currently, he's only an obliging fan. But because I could only accept his request flirtatiously that one time, we now have a simmering relationship. What happened to the church route? What about the work? Draw the conversation to an end. How is your work? With protective kindness, establish superiority, politely, contradictorily. How is work? Just small talk? After suggesting you baptize rats, and after a giant bat falls onto the ceiling? Okay, now we gotta do Rat Prophet King. Now we gotta do the entire big, no autosave bulk of time. Also, we have got to make closer friends with Horatia if we want to get into that basement. Because Archie gave us a task, right, to get into the basement. But that is Horatia's domain. She has become one with the house. And so to visit the thing in the basement, head down to the basement, I'm unable to do that myself via the map, day or night. So I think the only way I could accomplish that task for Archie is if I take the time to become closer friends with Horatia, get into her good graces, because right now we are only obliging fan also. Basically as distant as we are with Theophilus. But the primary motivation for now is a jailbreak. If we can jailbreak with time to spare, then I think natural, neat evolution for her to become one with the house, spread his roots deep. So if we jailbreak Archer time to spare, make friends with Horatia, and see what the heck is going on in that basement. Maybe she simply has such a connection with her house that she produces anti-pigeon spikes on the roof and extends the basement far below without even thinking about it, as naturally as she stretches out her legs. Or maybe it is coincidence, and this house is merely over a spot of importance in the knee. This place is weird after all. Straight to sleep, because we gotta get through a whole 15-minute solid block. It is the end of Confessions, and yet there is no autosave because it doesn't count as going directly to the attic. Because there's a pounding on the front door, no waking up in the attic, and then hold on, there's a pounding. Straight downstairs, straight to the dining room. We have a way of freeing Archie Grizz. It takes a whole lot of rats to do it, but we're working on it. How does Ferret feel about us anyway? Ferret. Delicious, sweetheart, and companion. So far we've kissed. How is our sweetheart count? Archie's an imprisoned romantic interest, companion, informant. We've smooched, we've done more than smooching. Ferret, we've smooched. Ivy, only flirted so far, haven't even kissed, only delicious flirt. Who else have we? Rachel, delicious romantic interest, flirt, kiss so far. And Grizz. Spreading our hearts wide this time around, enigmatic sweetheart and companion. Doesn't help that I stopped supporting Mr. Pages. So who are we going to go for? Unlike the previous route, where ending up in a polycule with Ivy and Ferret was quite desirable, I don't think... I'm not sure what kind of romantic ending I want for this repudiated bastard. If everyone that he's been flirting with ends up ganging up on him because they don't have the understanding that Ivy and Ferret do, and they all beat him up and break up with him, hilarious ending, I'd accept that. But if I end up having to pick one paramour, that'd be fine too. And just leave a trail of broken hearts behind. Either way, whatever relationship this guy ends up with isn't going to last, because this is my fallen character that I'm playing as this time. And he starts off tabula rasa in New Newgate Prison. No romantic interests, not an echo to his name. So even if he gets a happy romantic ending, something between now and Fall in London is going to break up everything that he has, or that he's going to get. Going to get through this relatively quickly because we've already seen the exhumation 2 times prior already. Check the condition myself. There's a person on the Steam discussion forums who's having a very hard time with the game. And I wonder if they've examined the body thoroughly, come to think of it. Because they're having trouble, right? Trying to condemn Milton, but not Phoebe along with him. But what are the things that you can do that gets Milton pushed into a corner? Is to examine the corpse thoroughly and realize this isn't David, and realize there's correspondence sigils right on the hairline. And when you point that out to Milton, on top of every other evidence that he was seen tapping with candles, that he has bad history with David over Rachel, then it kind of pushes him to agree to confess and tell all the absolute truth in court, as long as you do one favor for him. So I wonder if that person is missing that little aspect. Where the hairline meets the brow, 4 tiny sigils. But come to think of it, I am honestly surprised by how straightforward the murder investigation actually is. I guess because you've only got 14 days in both investigative seasons. Well, 14 days in the introductory season and then 14 days in the investigative season. That's only what, 58 actions total? 56, I mean, 28 and 28. So it's not a whole lot of time. Then surprise, surprise, David alive for a 3rd time. Dun, dun, dun. You know, now that we know that David was porking Phoebe, possibly got her pregnant for a short term, Maybe Phoebe was in bed, if you know what I mean. Relief on Rachel's behalf. Fear. Curiosity. The game didn't allow us to comfort Rachel at all this time. I think that's because when it comes to the point where Archie gets arrested and you decide what you're going to do, we went straight for jailbreak this time, whereas a previous playthrough, there was a bit of, oh, I'm worried about Rachel, so maybe that's why the option to comfort Rachel was there. So we never did this whole time, we just let Rachel grieve alone. It's late, but here we got your relief. Check on Rachel, looks overwhelmed. What's troubling Grizz? Worry over what the sigil corpse meant. Oh! That'd be valuable. If we were pursuing the true killer routes. I've already smooched Rachel and Grizz. Rachel is the grieving sister, so propriety says we check on her first. But we are trying to pursue the power and privilege of becoming Grizz's consort too. They both have power and privilege, and Rachel especially has wealth. So, well, this is Rachel's home, right? Let's check up on Rachel. I'm sure she's overwhelmed. Her brother, who was just deceased, is now back to life. Yeah, for her book. There's going to be so many complaints in the ministry that the deaths aren't working right. Yeah, but David, you got nothing to worry about. Now we know that the only reason you died is because Milton was having a prank. That's all it was. Just wanted to help Phoebe out a bit with keeping you from going back to the surface. That's all it is. It was just playing wingman. Support Rachel. Listen for anything that might exonerate Archie, lighten the mood. Support Rachel in what? He really was completely dead? That she dreamed about his coming back? There's not really anything to support with Rachel here. Listen for anything that might exonerate Archie, because let's face it, if we're going to jailbreak Archie, he's got to go into hiding. In Sunless Sea, we've discovered that we've been in the Neath for long enough that if we go back up to the Kumean Canal into the light of the sun, we scorch, we are incompatible with the light of the sun. But this is still early in. David was murdered specifically to make him incompatible with the sun, as a thing that has died and come back from the far shore. He cannot go back up to the surface, it would kill him, literally destroy his body. If David had to be murdered to enter that state, that could imply that the rest of us could still safely return up to the surface with no ill effects. And so since the Kumean Canal is back, right? It's open, we have letters and goods coming up from the surface. Archie is not going to be exonerated if we jailbreak him. He is still going to be treated as a felon and a criminal. So that could be his escape. Archie has been wanting to go back up to Glasgow, and if you romance him, He practically begs you to come with. And we accepted the first time we played, but he broke up with us because we confessed to being the murderer just to save him. And he thought that meant we really were the murderer, simple Glaswegian. Ivy was there. Who else there that day? Fitzclarette, Archie, Rachel and Phoebe, and Milton. Somebody's gonna have eyewitness accounts that Milton was rummaging through Archie's medicine bag, because Archie is an idiot, and he keeps his medicine bag in the parlor, in the doorway where everyone has access to it, and Milton was rummaging through it. If I wanted to make Milton hang for tampering with the medicines and introducing poisons, it'd probably be so easy to make a scapegoat of him. And then somebody else's eyewitness accounts, he was carving sigils on the candles. Spoke with Phoebe for a few minutes. Archie is homesick. If we jailbreak him and he's got to run away up the Crimean Canal to the surface, that is going to be the happiest outcome for Archie. David, what have you consumed? See, here's what I dislike. Right away, we simply ask David, has he eaten something, right? We're trying to find out, did he eat anything? Did he drink anything? No drinks? And then, Grizz, now isn't the time. This isn't the time for jokes, Grizz. Tea with bitter flavor and gritty texture at the bottom? And he's like, oh, I would have noticed. But what about water? What about regular tea? I still want to know what he drank. But because you want to be a jokester, I still want to know what he consumed. Did he have any Blemmigan milk? As rash as the inquest hearing, being a bunch of drunks pulled off the street, picking Archie's name to send the warrant to just because he was the first name they heard. Okay. Almost half an hour to stream. Are we going to get our auto save? From the start of stream to now, there has been no autosave the entire time. Some folks were pissed off in the Steam discussion forums. I say some folks, it's like two guys. Since at the very start of the game, it's all introduction and tutorial, right? So that's one big block of time where if you're taking it slow and you're consuming every bit of atmosphere and word, then you can go a whole solid hour before the first autosave kicks in. And these between season parts are also the rare moments where you don't get any autosave, like a whole half-hour stretch. And I'm going fast. It's an awkward situation, but part of it is that Failbetter does plan to update the game following the release periodically. And given the nature of the game and the uncertainties and what different patches might bring, they don't want you to save the game at a specific point. then an update comes, and that point no longer exists, and you're just floating in the void and can't do anything. And so maybe in the future, they say, there might be more permissive savings, but for now it's only every time you're in the attic, but every time you're in the attic or go back to the attic can be sparse in a few rare moments. Oh yeah, we gotta get introduced to Moss too. We get introduced to Moss, then we go back to the attic, then we can autosave. Right? How cool would it be if you could exchange secrets with the cats to help your cause? Because that's one thing that I did a fair bit of back in Fallen London the brief time I played it, was eventually trying to follow cats and get their secrets or exchanging with them. Where's my nail clipper that I hang nail here? And the scissor is too big. Landows need the true. We're smooching Grizz now. Think about how this is affecting Grizz. How's Archie doing? How is Archie doing? Freeing Archie, whatever the inquest said, that inquest itself was a miscarriage of justice. See, Harjeet, you're a bro, but you're still a cop. You could, but that does not mean you should, and yet here we are, trying to Christianize a rat, specifically to get a contact who can help us with the jailbreak. We're doing what we can. Mr. Mirror is really disseminating all the accurate information through dreams. Harjeet, if you acknowledge that it's a compact between the people to make a society, you got to acknowledge that sometimes that compact breeds injustice. When you see injustice, you are so going to carry out the act just because, oh shucks, it's the law, I guess I have to follow it. What have you tried so far, Harjeet? Didn't do more, thank him for his efforts. At least he has tried. He hasn't tried just jailbreaking Archie, but he has tried. Within his limited ability, his position. So let's see. The previous playthrough, when we did find the true killer to free Archie, it was basically exonerated by way of Milton's confession, which makes you wonder if there's a way to simply get an acquittal. Did we? It's been like a week since the trial now, but I think I vaguely remember that we might have actually... Oh yeah, that's right, because Phoebe was thrown under the bus too. Milton by way of Phoebe, so I think we had enough on her to acquit Archie, and so it's still one head for another. So it makes you wonder if you can get an acquittal without having to find the real killer, or a killer. Like if it's possible to just introduce enough reasonable doubt that even in the absence of the real killer or scapegoat that he's still left free. Hint that Archie might just escape before the trial. Listen, I don't think Harjeet thinks Archie did the killing, but he is still enough of a cop that, despite his doubts, he is willing to keep Archie in jail and see his feet dangle from the gallows simply because that is a social contract. I don't trust telling Harjeet. I really don't. Maybe he's an ally that I need. Maybe he could be my inside man. But he's also the type that if the law says his duties have to be performed in this way, even if he doesn't believe it, he will throw me into the ungulate alongside Archie. I think it's cool that he waked up a judge in the middle of the night to try to petition for Archie. But he is still duty first. He is still social contract first. How do you feel about Archie, though? You got your own doubts, but doubts against the innocents. Keep quiet about my intent. What if I hint, though? The trouble is that this is a whole 30-minute block with no autosave, and it's gonna go on a further 10 minutes when Moss is introduced to the household and we gotta convince Grizz to let him stay. So I do want to see what happens if we hint that Archie might just escape. If Harjeet likes us enough and has enough doubt into Archie's guilt that he might give us a hint of how to go about it. Or if he might actually be an alternative to Ferret for the breakout. Maybe it depends on Harjeet's fondness of you. Because right now he's a grumpy ally and an informant. We haven't even achieved friendship yet. We'd like to be friends. But we're not there yet, we're just allies. So I wonder if you're properly friends or lovers, if he might more willingly help you out. I'm not gonna be stupid. He doesn't trust me enough. He doesn't trust Archie enough. He's duty bound. I'm not gonna tell him. He is alone, and yet he is willing to let what little lovers and friends he has get taken away from him. Conclude with a handshake or a hug. Get in there. Spite object snicker. And now we got our autosave, right? So, baptize Algernon the rat. Conversion of the rats. Show the story to Ferret or Theophilus. If I show it to Theophilus, that's to convert the rats to Christianity, baptize them proper like, but I could take it to Ferret. And make Ferret one of the Ratly congregation. And ultimately all I really need to do is to resolve the Algernon baptism to get Ferret onto my side and trust me enough. Theophilus would prefer a conventional narrative, Ferret an unconventional. So we could do this the Ferret way, and we could finish it right now. Yeah? Find a Also, that's the purpose of the academic garbs! For the Library of St. Dunstan's! To find the patron saint for the rats. Oh, I was wondering. Because we pretty much met everyone there is to meet. And while this playthrough has proven that you can pretty much be yourself in whatever yourself is for your playthrough, and it might not be the most min-maxed way to make friends, but people will still think fondly of you if you just be nice to them. But there is the option to change your clothes and appearance to make people like you more. Like Ivy likes the good hats and appreciates a trade's apron. Ferret loves a working class look. Higher class people love a higher class look, and so on. But I couldn't figure out who the academic garbs would go for. And it turns out, it's for this. It's specifically to find a patron saint for rats. We don't have academic garb though. So infiltrating the Library of St. Dunstan's to seek a patron saint for the rats is gonna have to be something I don't do on this playthrough, because we're gonna do this quick like. All I gotta do is build the story of the rats that focuses on the Rat Prophet King that Ferret already knows about. There's no X here. Rat Prophet King. Oh, there's the X. I was gonna say Rat Prophet. Oh, there's. I see it now. I didn't see that X there. I was gonna say, oh, I can have them on both sides. No, I can't. Didn't teach speech. Rescued. And formed new doctrines. Rat power. The Rat Prophet King dwelled in power in the shadows of the Neep, drew into his congregation every promising new rat. Rat Prophet King saw the rat alone, separate from the kinship of rats, spoke to him out of the darkness. The rat rendered manly thanks for this kind service. The rat used his new position to introduce new ideals to human society. Meanwhile, the Rat Prophet King's deeds had offended the king of the deep sea, transformed into an island and sank beneath the waves. Having played some of the sea, that's probably what happened. Is venerated. Introduced new ideas to human society, Rat Prophet King has been canonized. The important thing here is the rats taught the rats, who had in turn formed new doctrines. I like it. I like it. We'll see if Ferret takes to it. So thirsty after my run, and adding coconut to tea is so good, I'm already out, only 40 minutes into stream. Since we've smooched Grizz, is there going to be any difference in the kind of memories you get? Horatian Grizz was comfortable, didn't go to dinners, the depressed guinea time. I guess let's get more Grizz memories, because we are trying to ingratiate ourselves with Grizz after all. Recognize what the painting might mean to Grizz. What does it mean to Grizz? That is common art. By which she means it's no Chopin. See, Theophilus? You're all doubting Thomas, but it's all about the peaceable kingdom, rats and humans, laying with lambs. Quakers I don't know the full history of, but they were most active in America, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I have some awareness of Quakers in the UK, but most of my Quaker knowledge comes from, like, East Coast stuff. So I wonder if this puts an American connection with Horatia, if she's got contacts all the way out to, like, the Pennsylvania Quakers, or if it's a more local thing that I simply have little knowledge of. Mystery solutions. If I choose to put a scapegoat. Tainted drugs or unknown methods. I could make it, so Archie was doing his business. Wanted to save patients. Experimented with drugs. No, there's no good motives here. We have to, like, actually do investigations to get good ones on this side. There's the neglect option through no fault of his own, or something like that, where he just administered his medicines, and then somebody else. Was thoughtless. Where's the was thoughtless for this side? Wanted to avoid blame. And died. Question of motive. Milton wished for unknown benefits. David for Milton to fail in pursuit of Rachel. Milton complained to David about the painful end of their affair. David underwent health treatments. Now you plan to return to the surface in this case. Milton, humiliated, poisoned David with arsenic disguised as medicine. David wanted to avoid blame and died. Autosave? Autosave! 40 minutes into stream. More like 45 if I count for the pre-stream. But yeah. I don't have the academic close this time anyway. And it's afternoon. Seduction of Ivy. Seduction of Rachel. Deepen connection with Horatia, I think we need to do if we want to get into the basement. We can't bang Archie when he's on the prison boat. Search the archives in the bazaar side street. See, we would have to wait a whole day though before we can do any of that stuff anyway. If we want to do this Theophilus style and do research for a, how do you put it? Hagiography? I can only remember because it sounds almost like Hagia Sophia. We would have to go to Ivy, buy clothes, come back here the next day. So we're just going to induct Ferret into Algernon's congregation instead of legitimizing the rats to the Anglican Church. Flirt with Ferret. Oh, the dog sees the rabbit all right. It's Speaking of which... The rabbits are still in hiding. What the heck? Huh. Where are those rabbits? We met a rat calling itself the Prophet King by the Ungulate. Did we, though? Did we actually? Because we went to the Ungulate to see Archie with Algernon on our heads, and the most Algernon had done is explain that the rats aren't very good at singing. Eligius. Which saint is Eligius? Eligius. Best known for being the patron saint of horses and those who work with them. Also the patron saint. Hold on. Where is that? Of goldsmiths, metalworkers, coin collectors, veterinarians, and the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, a corps of the British Army. Huh. Aw, ferret. The rats got their religion clearly. It's just not the Anglican congregation, that's all. No time like the present. Let's do this. Let's induct Ferret into the Ratby service. See, here's the thing, right? I think we should have done this in the other playthrough, where we ended romantically with Ivy and Ferret in a saucy polycule. Because eventually, if you don't do anything with Ferret as far as this goes, I think, what we ended up getting was that Ferret eventually isn't comfortable catching rats now that rats can talk and communicate with us, and they eventually go spelunking and are never seen again. And so I think if we went all the way with this and inducted Ferret into the congregation, they might still be around. They'd have the company of rats. They'd be absolved of the guilt they feel now for spending their adult life hunting rats for a living. Can't torque him on anything. Oh, there's a Christmas tree in the church! Oh, they actually changed the art for the season of Yule. I haven't been to the Church of the Proto-Martyr enough to notice a bit of a change there. All the trees in London have died, so what they got is a dead tree with a few baubles and ribbon wrapped all around it with a single star. Well, that's cute. Many rats. A little rat shall lead them. Algernon, is that you? Imitatio rodentis. Rat standing tall. Okay, Ferret, if you have to go alone, how about a smooch? Insist on my presence or wish Ferret luck. Can I go with them? Would be okay, alright. Ferret doesn't want to go alone. The more we number. Does this mean I'm also going to get inducted into the Ratley parish? I may be initiated to. Oh. Initiated separately though. We're gonna do it. We're gonna undertake the rat baptism. You know, we could go back to the other playthrough where we pursued Ivy and Ferret. We have enough time in the afternoon for one more activity, and we could make it this, and then we could see how that changes our ending with Ferret. So many screenshots here. Look, it's good stuff. And I'm fond of a guy whose idea of affection is to bite if he likes you. Take Saint Eligius as my patron, be inspired by the swarm, find meaning in the dark. And it turns out this segues us into the liberation of the night. Swarm or meaning in the darkness? I'm going to be inspired by this swarmy togetherness, or maybe there's a meaning in the dark that we could find. Oh my. No tyrant's devices will bind you in this conversation about in the dark. There's no laws, no time but your own. This really is turning to a liberation of the night direction. A snuffling? Snuffling sounds cute. But I'm sure this is horrific. I have no idea what snuffling is. Is this me being swarmed by rats? A baptism of fur and teeth? A coat of fur. Can I wear it? Can I walk around with a ratty garment and just freak everybody out? Open my eyes. See what I am become. I am the swarm, and of the swarm. Oh, without me, Algernon? An understanding look, though. Okay, so, after this, how on earth is Ferret not going to be so intimately connected with me that he's not going to agree to break out Archie for me, that they're not going to agree? Complete achievement, baptism. Underwent a surprising transformation. Ah, no cloak of rats. What about a rat lapel to go with my rat hat? And then comes Moss. We'll be on his side. Faith in Horatia's judgment. Reassured Riz. But reassured Riz. You're sweet on her after all. Come to think of it, yeah, the graveyard is the very last time Horatia leaves the house. From here on out, she is bound to it. The bumblebee is still alive, MP. Good to know. I saw you post a video on your server, and so I figured if it was that enthusiastically wiggling its butt, it still had good life in it. It was sleeping when you returned back. Aww. That is kindness, MP83. I like that about you. I'm also the type of person where if I see a spider inside or some other insect that is simply going to starve in here or get crushed, I take it out, find a place for it. So good fraternity. I'm gonna skip through this because it's all twice already now. We never did spend too much time with Moss in the previous 2 playthroughs, so if there is time between the jailbreak, getting to the basement, banging our way to power and wealth, we could maybe take more friendship with Moss. Impress Moss with lies. Already desire the relationship that I want with him. Comment admiringly on his form. Understanding, make a joke, encourage Moss to be a help. You wish you're that kind to spiders. Spiders are cool though. I recall one time where I saw this weirdest shape on the window. It looked like a spider with too many legs. And then I looked closer, and it turned out it was, in a way, a spider with too many legs. Because it was molting. It was shedding its old skin, and throughout the day was pulling its little wet noodle limbs out from the old dried shell. Now what I dislike, though, is ticks. Same arachnid family, and I see a little 8-legged creature running across the table outside. I think, oh cool, is this a spider? Then up close I say, no, it's just a little tiny tick. A little tiny tick that wants to hitch on to my clothes and get carried inside, and then drop down when it's bigger, because it can't find any flesh or footholds in my clothes. That I could do less of. Oh man, I just realized Moss probably also has a whole bunch of stories to share and side stuff. I bet you because they're here to find the masters or whatever, or somebody associated with, that they'd also have insights if we chose to ask questions with them. Charitable to Moss. We are thinking of Archie Grizz. That's why we're trying to break him out. There's persons I could add to story. Moss and the King. But I don't think I could add them as elements of the murder trial. Imagine if we pretend that it was a king of Poly 3 that murdered David with some exotic Poly 3 poison. And the king's not going to be here, so you could try him in absentia. And if the jury is as drunk and useless as the inquest, then I'm pretty sure that they'll accept it. Warn off the basement. Needs errands done. What if I don't ward him off, and I could use his help to explore the basement for Archie's other task? You know, I mentioned the possibility that with that one faceless corpse outside the servant door at the Landau's house, that maybe the David we knew was somebody else wearing David's face. But now that we found the right murder in the previous playthrough and we know the story was too simple, what if it's Horatia? What if something in the basement took Horatia's face? And that's why she's got an affinity with the house and doesn't want anybody going down there. Give me the full 14 days. 13, alright. So it's not 56 actions entirely, because the first day of Yule is only the afternoon. So closer to 55, 54 actions possible before the terminus of the game. Headlines today. Come see Tristram Bagley's newest opera, witness the rise of a prodigy. I got stuff to do. Let's get a past recollection, and then I think the first thing we'll do is head to Ferret straight away. Ferret straight away, and see if we cannot continue the plot to jailbreak Arch. See, what did I say? Riz is from Crust. There's a townhouse somewhere out there with her inheritance in it. She's basically the Anna from Frozen. From a rich family, from a family of some privilege and material gain, but on the naive side. Story of the Rat's patrons ready to hand in. We finished you. We finished you already. And turned that into Ferret, didn't we? Deepen connection. Seduce Grizz. If Grizz needs anything, if Moss needs anything, sensitive with Moss. Okay. First things first. Arrange Archie's jailbreak. What was the phrasing the first time around? To like cultivate Ferret as a contact for the jailbreak, and now it's changed to arrange the jailbreak. What's the next step of the plan? Let's make the plan. Finest thing I've seen in the Nave, it's true. Suggest springing Archie out of the Hulk. So we can use a swarm of rats to jailbreak Archie. Oh, that is fantastic. They got teeth and very small saws. The Ratisfaber are remarkable engineers after all the mechanics. Saws, some blowtorches, a few dozen tons of TNT. Horatius. Hiding him in Horatius' basement. Put off the question of hiding for now. See, if I return to Horatius, they're going to know. They're going to go right over there. But where would I hide them? I don't really have a place to hide them unless... What would work? The Devil's Townhouse, maybe? I really doubt that Rachel will let us board him at the Landau, seeing as David still thinks Archie murdered him. So where would he even hide Archie? I figure the endgame is we get him up the Cumaean Canal, and he returns to the surface, goes back to Glasgow, sees his mum, and either marries the girl with straight teeth, but a little dull in the head, or finds himself some cute Scottish lad to settle down with. But for the meantime, where would he even hide? The best I could possibly think. Because we gotta get in the basement anyway. We're doing that for Archie. And we have 13 days. Minus the morning. So 25 actions remaining. That's plenty of time to do whatever prep work the rats need. Ingratiate with Horatia enough to get into the basement, to get intel for Archie, report back to Archie, bang everybody that I want to bang before the end of the game to leave a trail of broken hearts and sabotage myself for them turning against me in revenge. And then jailbreak Archie at the very end, right before his trial. Rumors of your basement. So our basement really is unique in that regard. They are in. See it arranged before the case comes to trial. Prison break plan developed. Try seducing Ferret. Kiss Ferret again. Admit her feelings. Seduce them. An understanding with someone else? That's Ivy. But they're open to a polycule. Yes, perfectly fine by me. Oh dang, we're taking them home. I don't think we've done this. Oh no, that's right, we weren't able to. Because our seduction to Ferret was towards the end of the game. And so we got smooches, we got the polycule with Ferret and Ivy, but we never actually brought Ferret home. Oh my goodness. Handsome Ferret. Be the beast. Be the hunter. Ask for a simple affair. It's asking me to bottom or top, to be pursued, or to be the pursuer, or to keep it simple. Nah, Menace Eradicator, this time you are the prey. Fine, I'll stop taking so many screenshots. Oh, that means they've got they've got that one attachment where they got like a pump inside the scrotal sac and you could pump it, right? Is that what they're talking about? You sometimes take screenshots too. I was there last night, MP. Going through those characters and all I hear over and over again is dear, dear, dear. Ask for things wouldn't ordinarily dare ask. Live up to it. We're having fun here. We don't gotta introduce the spider fantasy of Ivy's one paramour. Ferret tells me they don't always think of themselves as a person or an individual. Ah, so Ferret isn't a they solely for non-binary-ness, but considers himself something closer to a plural person, perhaps. I'm just taking a stab in the dark. Don't always think of themselves as a person or an individual, and feels best in the company of others. And that was all the morning. So what's left? Head down to the basement. I think Archie's publisher is that's long gone. That's no longer a concern. We've already put out a few articles about Mr. Pages. So I guess this means the prison break plan is going to be automatic then. Because Ferret said that the rats might be keen on it, gonna leave it to them, but have it done by Christmas, by the time of trial. So I guess it's gonna be it. I guess Archie's just gonna have to be, I guess that means that we just do the rest of the game and pursue whatever side objectives I want. And then by the time 13 days elapses, right before the trial, a burst of explosion and the ungulate goes sinking with all hands on board except for one. Ferret's busy napping off the afterglow. So, side objective, seduce Rachel. Grizz isn't home, so can't seduce Grizz. She's at work. We could continue seduction of Ivy, and open a possibility of a polycule ending again. Delicious flirt only. Where's Ferret? A fling. Agreed with Ferret to spring Archie from prison. David's at the synagogue. The option to snoop around for stories here is gone. Okay. And we can't go into the basement. So let's go work on Horatio now. Horatio, who is so comfortable with everybody living under her roof that it doesn't matter what we wear. Algernon to make the first impression. Oh yeah, the double brick. We have that brass that the devils gave us. We can give it to Theophilus or to Horatio. Might as well. Would you like a foot warmer that never grows cold? Just found this. She wears a cross on her neck. Would she take kindly to this being a gift from the devils? Hint that its origins are devilish. Don't go into detail. Hint that I got it through disreputable means. You will leave your home for a while to get something for your new bee friend. Better chance. Aww. Go for it, MP. Pretty cool that you're going through this distance for a bee that you found on the ground. So by all means. I don't think hell is as bad as it sounds. That's not gonna win me friendship with her. Don't tell anyone how— Ah, she's cool! How do you know their sex? I think there might be an actual answer to that, based on bee society. Was it that the males are drones and go out doing the pollinating? I can't recall exactly how it works. But depending on the function of the bee, could you just call it chubby gristle? Dun, 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 dun. Given the video that you showed in your Discord with the big bee booty, chubby gristle might be appropriate for it. Something's been on her mind. She's been reading her philosophy. Whose family? What is home? Who was included in we? Too insular. Our little group of boarders, companionship of animals. Apologize for not wishing to speak of it as too hard for me. Our own little group of boarders is home for us, surely. Cannot imagine another. And yet, this is my Fontainebleau character, so at some point Chapman's is going to be gone to him. He's going to end up in New Newgate Prison and got to find his own additional boarding. Oh man, if we ended up selling our soul in this route, how cruel would that be? Chapman's is home, I cannot imagine another. And then we sell our souls to the devils. And then nobody trusts us anymore because we confess ourselves falsely to be the killer. And everybody takes it at face value. Archie breaks up because he thought you're gonna let him hang. Horatia says you're not welcome back anymore, no murderers under her roof. And so the only home we have, can't imagine another, we lose all that. Spend some time indentured to the devils. And the best possible ending after that is some new house elsewhere, some new boarding, with this home still forever out of reach. Convert to Horatia's view. Disagree. Where's the decide to court? Why did I ever think we were like family? No, no, we're already on the family route. Should never be friends. Stronger than ever. Offer the friendship and get into the basement. Work alongside? Okay. We'll work alongside and tend to the house as more than just a boarder, but as someone who shares a home. Will that give us basement privilege? Admit, it's more than I can do. Apologize for my history. Promise to do better. Promise to be here for you, Grandma. Try for a hug. Harjeet got a hug. Auntie's gonna get a hug too. Ah, she's got a small smile. Everybody's got such subtle smiles in this game. Horatia jealous? The possibility Rachel does have an interest? She does. Rachel's got an interest. We're smooch buddies now. Her heart's been through a great deal. Horatia knows us perfectly. She already knows that we're collecting hearts to break. It's stand to change when the wound heals up. Ah! Is that how we end up alone by the time of fall in London? Once the novelty of this new person wears off, and once her heart is healed from the tragedy and trauma of David's death, then she outgrows us. Like everybody else in my life. Mind your own business. Don't answer. I'll think about it. Oh, and you know what? I think there was a lost love in the stories that I was pursuing in Fallen London. The tragedy, maybe somebody who died. Maybe just a breakup. I can't remember. It's been ages since I played and I didn't get very far. Oh yeah, the dolls. Suggest Grizz is far preferable to her doll. I'll be flirty about this. Even though we just had a heart with Horatia about courting Rachel. And now Horatia's going to see our true side. Okay. Oh, hey, Moss. Pretend to be upset. Insinuate his doll is a love gift. Well, there's different kinds of love. It could be platonic love. It could be his affection towards his boarders, his neighbors. I'll gasp. Cease production. Offer to make the dolls less unsettling. Yeah, man, go for it. This is your craft. This is your hobby. I'm not going to tell you no. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little light review before tomorrow. Head down to the basement is a primary objective now that we've guaranteed the jailbreak. Ferret, Refling, Grizz, Enigmatic Sweetheart Companion, Horatia, Friend. Want us to become closest family and do get along. Did Horatia a favor. Horatia shows less reserve now. Moss is a grumpy companion. Delicious, romantic interest in Fleur. Okay. So let's do it. Let's get into tomorrow. Right, it's R, not enter. Today's headlines. Paladin Playwright's latest piece prescribed. Indicted as infernal indoctrination. Is this the same playwright whose play was just, like, celebrated in the paper? Threnodies of Belgraves aggravates audience, arouses anarchy. Yeah, it's the same guy. How the mighty have fallen and so quickly. Theophilus and Horatia had their difference. Oh yeah, right, about Dominion and whatnot. And Horatia is not all keen on verses, glorifying, spreading out throughout the world to conquer and colonize. A little less condescending now, it's Horatia I recall best. Theophilus probably wasn't sympathetic, maybe he listened. Maybe Horatia put her foot down. She takes no gruff from nobody. May have a bit of coughing. Yeah, but Theophilus, consider the verse, consider the message. Who, in this situation, is being Pharaoh? Okay. Do we have basement access? No basement yet. Visit with Ferret. I gotta get down there though. And the only way I can think of doing that is through Horatia. Because we did promise that Archie could stay in the basement after all. Rachel came asking for me? Grateful enthusiasm. She's actually been seeking me out. Rachel Landau seemed to think you were neglecting Rachel. So I guess that means that these characters have a bit more agency than they do in like Sunless Sea or Fought in London, when you had more of the Alexis Kennedy flavor at the helm. And once you had somebody as your conquest, they remained as so. No, here. They can feel neglect. They can feel worried. if you have a work connection and even affected work. Emulate her generosity and protection of her own. Platonic intentions, stronger than ever. So I guess we could stop in and say hi to Rachel. We've smooched, but haven't gone beyond smooching. Horatia's gone anyway. Down to the basement, I imagine. So let's take that as a hint then. To continue where we left off with Rachel. There was a 20-day time skip after all. I'm sure she misses me. Now, do I have to take her home to the boarding house, though? When they got a perfectly good townhouse right here. That's probably got nicer beds and sheets. Intercept Phoebe, keep her in the room, or wait for Phoebe to go. Would it matter? I don't think it matters so much whether Phoebe stays or goes. I mean, we're only here to flirt with Rachel. Maybe we like the audience. Phoebe, stay and watch this. We'll show you how to seduce a Landau. Critique Phoebe's housekeeping, keeping her around to see us how to flirt with Landaus, and critique her housekeeping of this curious infestation. Did she want to see if David's feet are cloven now? Offer to demonstrate my own feet. Maybe she's into that. See, if this was earlier, in an earlier playthrough, I would have thought she'd be onto something. Because I really thought that the faceless corpse they found outside the house, that Rachel cleaned in the Jewish custom and then quickly paid to go away, I thought for sure that was a true David. And so that if I saw this earlier, I would have thought, oh, that's going to Notepad, that's a connection, that's something else. Milton throwing suspicion off himself. We do know that he's a true culprit. Yeah, talking about her not dead brother is just a preamble. That's just a foreplay. Worried about Horatia trapped in the house. Archie's arrest. Don't speak of it. But we are trying to get into Horatia's basement after all. Maybe Rachel might have some idea. Draw conversation to an end. Where's the seduction? All I've done is make her choke a little bit every time I step closer and try to be flirty. ministry, family, waffle. I know it doesn't mean talk about the great things you're going to do in the future, have a big old plate of waffles. But waffle about. Try to study human nature. I am in love with Rachel. Forget seducing her. Decide to marry her one day. Hold on. Let me pull up on London. What exactly? Because I'm pretty sure there's like a lost love or something in the background of the character I was playing. Where would I see that? It has been so long since I've even used the browser one, because I was doing all of my playing basically on the mobile version. And once I lost the mobile version, admirer of beauty, beautiful company. That's a passing comfort though, the struggling artist model. Where's what I'm looking for? Ambition, nemesis, nemesis, nemesis. Was I was thinking of nemesis instead? Maybe I'm confusing my fought in London guy and some captains. Because several captains had lost loves in their backgrounds. Finder of heiresses. Nah, I must be confusing myself then. Venture, seduction, 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 seduction. Not a villain. Maybe it's someplace else. Oh well. Should we risk falling in love? We have worked alongside each other for some time. Let's disregard Horatia's advice and actually get closer to her. I want to reveal my love for her. So far we've kissed. Delicious romantic interest. He's put a little bit of himself into his work. That is a metaphor for art. Basically, he was too bulky. He was made for an era of big dude barbarians. But now we like small otters and twinks. So he slimmed down a bit, shaved off some muscle. Framed the situation in a way to appeal to her. I've always wanted to be part. Ooh. Grizz, it's alright. I mean, look how lifelike it is. This is art. He put himself into his art, just like you do with your paperwork. Bring it to ward off unwanted suitors. She's keeping herself exclusive for us. Not that we're giving the same effort her way. Would prefer a blank state. It's a correct approach, Moss. How could you not put your interpretation of the world around you and the spirit you see around you into the work? He's kind. He's got a handsome chiseled build. And he's an artist. Okay, straight into tomorrow. But since I'm out of tea, now is about the time for me to take a BRB. So, back in a few when I have fuller cups. Oh boy, I come back to NYC with a slight bit of unstable bitrate, but it had its fun while I was gone at least. 3,029 frames drop, but only during the BRB. Good Twitch. Good Comcast. Headline today. New Anglican Synod disbanded under accusations of infiltration by imposters. We talking like theological imposters? Or are we talking they've been snuffed and snatched and had their faces stolen? But Synod! One of the achievements is something about a Synod. Rachel said something curious the day David returned. Oh yeah, what did she say? I've forgotten what all she said already. But I don't think what she had to say had anything to do with the cases we used it. Grieving by yourself, anti-relatives, trade stories of the dead, part of the found at the surface, part lost in the fall, part doesn't speak to us, Mother Mary beneath, part doesn't want to speak, because they changed synagogues, part doesn't speak, don't like what I write when we leave London, fractionated. By writing him into my stories even more than he was before. Is that the weird thing? The confession that she's been writing David into her stories? Maybe that's the odd thing out. Okay. So. Still nothing on the basement. Maybe we need moss. Maybe moss is our way to get into the basement. Ferrets. Seduction of Rachel. Deepen connection with Horatia. It could be somebody else. Oh, secretly devils or the employee thereof. Battle of the Church against wrong. We'll be rid of the church interference. I'll simply drop this topic. I am not all that invested. We are rats now. This isn't getting us into the basement. If there is a way to get into the basement, I don't know it. I would have thought that it's by way of getting close to Horatia. But maybe I need a different Casus-Belli. Maybe we work with Moss a fair bit. Even if Moss gives us an excuse, though, to get into the basement. No way, actually, because Archie gave me an excuse to get into the basement. We got 2 excuses from Archie to get into the basement. Head down to basement, but how? It is tantalizing me like early Attack on Titan. Do I have to write something? Maybe if I write something, I'll be able to talk with Horatia. And be like, hey, what do you think? Could you let me down? Because we can't have Harjeet give me anything new. Is there a story I could use to talk with her? I think this works out. But that's not going to help me with Horatia. Maybe I have to... What if I built a story about the possibility that Archie actually had experiments down in the basement? Experimented with drugs. Unknown motive. Poisoned David, who simply wanted health and planned to return to the surface, and had no choice but died. What do you say, Horatia? Can we talk about that? No. Maybe... the right angle? Inscribed buildings. Neath had changed, and inscribed buildings. Horatio, we have got to do something about that. House could have something weird going on with it, gotta check the basement. Grizz, ministry behavior. We do still have several days left. Question Mr. Pages about ministry theories. Could be some other angle. Theories and ministry. Now they want to talk? I've already... What kind of story is this again? Just the basic, need to change to describe buildings. And here they've been so mum. Well, it's too late. If they wanted to talk about the Neath and Mr. Pages, I gave them ample opportunities with different prompts and different blanks. And they had nothing to say. So maybe we gotta get in good with Moss to be able to go into the basement. What would Moss even have to say? What would Moss even need right now? Interest in Moss might be romantic or sexual in nature. We just met! But you know what? It's good that he does want everything on the table. He suspects that we have interest, so he wants everyone on the same page. Perfectly healthy. He is mistaken about interest. Kiss Moss. Make inquiries into matters anatomical. I mean, I'm game. If he wants to broach the subject, what anatomical matters are there? Look, he's got hands. He's got a face. He wants us to give him joy. Who am I to say no? If he wants to learn about the way Londons do things, let's give him a full education. But I came in to ask if he needed any favors. I was thinking like favors to get into his good graces, get us into the basement. Not favors to get into his overalls. As he's saying, he wants me to literally kiss his lips off. A different approach to intimacy? He wants to watch. Like, just a couple of bros in one room, sitting next to or across from each other, or does he want me to invite Rachel over and then he stands in a corner? He wants a jerk-off buddy, that's what it is. Suggestion, simple kiss. Either way, this is all nice and all, but the whole point was the whole how do we get into the basement thing. And this is getting us into his pants, not the basement. Friends, but not family, a degree of confidence. Maybe I simply have to go deeper into her friendship? It could be that it's connected to somebody else, that at some point the stories intersect. Or it could be that we simply have to get deeper into her friendship. It could really go either way. And I'm not sure how to strategize this. I was thinking maybe Moss might be connected because Moss helps out around the house. Moss and Horatia have like a professional understanding going on here. And so maybe the two of us guys are helping her out and being bros. But this just getting us to be jerk-off bros is just unkind. I'm not opposed to it, but it's not what I'm after right now. It's not the objective. This isn't getting me any place. Okay, we're gonna try for friendship with Horatia again. We're gonna try for friendship in the morning. See if friendship in the morning doesn't get us any place. And in the afternoons, bring up the additional seductions. And if after a few days of that, we get nothing out of deepening connections and making friendships, and no explore basement option shows up, then we'll try a different tack. It took like over a week to go, just under 2 weeks, I think. Let's go back to where we were before. I'm not sure exactly where she stands on the church. She is a religious person. Just doesn't like the pro-colonial nature it takes sometimes. What if you emulate her generosity and protection towards her own? Because I'm still playing my repudiated bastard from Fawn in London. Taking care of his own, fair enough. He wasn't a complete jerk, but not exactly a saint either. Stronger feelings towards friendship and family. And there's my autosave. So that is canonized. A degree of confidence. So it could be I just have to keep on pushing and pushing until she trusts me with the basement. Also, Moss. Merely grumpy companions with I think one flirt or pseudo-flirt event that gave us simmers, and already he's after my body. Guy works fast. Question Mr. Pages while Grizz is there. If we do that, the seduction's never going to work. Okay, but we'll do that. Further seduction of Rachel today. Then maybe Ivy tomorrow. Grizz after that. Maybe Rachel prefers being alone. She barely acknowledges Phoebe anyway. Okay, so that's the difference. With Phoebe around, she simply chokes in shock when I try something with a witness. If I give innuendo while we're alone, it's well said. Try seducing, kiss again, emit feelings. Go for the seduction. Feelings for Milton, but the social distance, warn Rachel off him. Trust Rachel not to pursue him. How much it would hurt to lose Rachel to another, break things off. Don't need Rachel to be exclusively mine. Ooh. How close are we? And we're basically gonna break her heart anyway. Obliging fan. Oh, whatever happened to delicious sweethearts? We haven't had the conversation with her this time where she admits that she has asked to be Milton's mistress, and he shut her down. Let's warn her off. Because Milton has made it very clear how he feels. Trust Rachel not to pursue. That didn't sound like a very promising seduction. Regrettable romantic interest and fan. Since she mentions love, or whatever she was feeling for Milton, interest in Milton, what if we went the love option instead of the admit to feelings option, instead of the seduce option? And Rachel, what are these mind games? Didn't you come by the Chapman boarding house looking for me and upset I wasn't there? And now you're saying, oh, but my feelings belong to Milton. Admit for some feelings. So she does have the feels, right? Study human nature, forget seducing, decide to marry her one day while she's still pining over Milton. Well, we're not regrettable at least now, right? Delicious, beloved. Oh, she's been upgraded to beloved. So she's happy with the romance, but if it gets too physical, then she's like, wait, no, but Milton. The fleshy odor from the basement that refuses to give me access into it. Now this will leave him. Make sure to help clear the dishes after eating. That's gonna get us into her good graces. If she trusts us with the dishes, then she's gonna trust us doing errands in the basement too, I bet you. "10 days remain. We got plenty of time. The jailbreak is guaranteed now. We just got a busier time between now and then to actually break into this thing." Feline answering name of Pebbles, accused of carrying prisoner's message from the HMS Ungulate. Wait till they find out about the rats. Sure, alright, we don't need these memories. We've seen these all before already. So I'll just mash on through them. Don't hang as many people as I used to. Nothing about basement. There's nothing that Horatio needs anymore. And nothing different's going on here regardless. Let's see Grizz today, then Horatio. Because Grizz is gonna start feeling a bit neglected too. How familiar is Grizz? Enigmatic sweetheart and friend. Forgot my coconut. A secret look, smug and shy. Everybody is getting that line now. A distrusting look. Oh no. How did she find out that we were boning Archie? Admit to missing him carnally. Ooh, Grizz is gonna be the first of the broken hearts. Dependent on each other. Is that how they describe the gays in 19th century Britain? How much would it break her heart if you took it that angle? I kinda wanna see. And who knows? This is a naive person who has only known her wealthy townhouse prior to the fall, and admits that she's never had any experience with romance. And we were her first kiss, so she might be smitten enough that she'll foolishly cling to me like a puppy, even if we admit to how much we miss the carnal feel of Archie against us. Attic warm on cold nights. Oh! I could hear her heart shatter. Past flattery and hints. Oh, but yeah, what did I say? Hanging on like a puppy, she's still talking about meeting the relatives, making future plans. Rid of one danger. Haven't we spoke about this already? I fear nothing. Danger being eaten by the beast. Strange rubbery no, we like them. Talk up the bravado. Grizz. Yeah, we're boning Archie, but I've also got feelings for you. A simple O. Have your brain come to an abrupt stop like a carriage hitting a wall. You know what? I think I might not reload on this. I might keep this going. And see how Grizz, not just as a written NPC, but as an agent in this game, with her own likes, dislikes, and desires, and jumbled emotions, how she takes to first the heartbreak of the person she trusted her hearts and lips with, casually talking about Archie keeping him warm at night, and then right away saying, by the way, got the feels for you. Maybe we'll see how the game has this chemistry develop. I'm attracted to her alarming competence. Oh, she's still holding my hand during all this? Maybe this is how I end up in New Newgate. Clearly toying with Grizz, getting way too close with her, and then she's got pulled with Pages, who's already upset that I've been shirking my work. Is that what gets me to New Newgate? Not anything especially scandalous or salacious? But basically for skipping work for the ministry? There's plenty of time between Mask of the Rose and the start of Autumn London, so maybe... Or maybe that's the excuse to get rid of me and allow Grizz's heart to heal. Horatia's still here. Where does this put us now, Grizz? Enigmatic, romantic interest and friend? Okay. Horatia, come on. Let me into your basement already, girl. Resubmit Horatia. Message passing of cats. First arrival in London. Father's estates in the West Indies, huh? Could this give us any tiny bit of advancement? I don't know. Well, a degree of confidence still, right? A degree of confidence. So I'm not sure if anything's going to change if I just keep visiting her every single day. I don't know about that. That sounds to me like Horatia's got some other stuff going on. Maybe this isn't Horatia. Maybe somebody has stolen her face and her history. We'll commend Grizz's efforts. Well, you're trying to get sleep with her after all. Clear the dishes. Does clearing the dishes advance us more than daily visits? No, no change yet. Nine days remain. Almost a mere week to go. I'm not sure I'll be able to get into that basement, to be honest. It's probably the first loop through, when we sold our souls to the devils, brought everything to close. One of the options was to forget Archie and focus on the mysteries of beneath. Maybe the basement would have been weird enough to fall into that category. Nightmares of mechanical bear plague Old Castle residents. Trees dying as well. Arjit and who else? And Grizz. Basement option? No basement option. So could seduce Grizz further, and then try again with Horatio in the afternoon, but it seems like nothing's gonna come from that. There doesn't appear to be any just go to the basement. I would have thought maybe if Horatio needs something. Maybe it's simply grind away at Horatia's friendship until our sun confidence turns into great confidence. If Grizz needs anything. What if Grizz is actually the way down to the basement? We'll seduce her today and see if we can't get closer. Horatia in the afternoon. And if nothing still comes up, maybe take a peek at what a favor for Grizz looks like. A distrusting look still. An ex-governess. So there's more of those hints that people's memories are a bit askew in this house. Invite her up to my room. Do we have that closeness? Well, if yours is icy, we could use hers, warm it on up. Is this a rejection? Is she dispelling it? That sounds like accepting to me, even after hearing about how close Archie and I got. Oh, she's let her hair down. I'm surprised it got so much. Doesn't have to be in such a hurry. Admire efficiency. Look on affectionately. This is who she is after all. If that's part of her fantasy, cooperate with her plan. Cooperate with her plan maddeningly slowly. Ooh, give her a show, a bit of a tease. Slowly peeling off each garment and painstakingly fitting it onto the mannequin. We'll have jokes. Oh, she has fantasized about that very thing. Maybe we'll be nice to Grizz and offer her our company at the actual feast day. Clearly we're toying with everybody that we're trying to seduce and smooch and fall for. The shame or the family? Because what are the memories? She almost makes it sound as if everyone that she knew as family has perished in the fall. Shame and the family. Oh. Is this where we get the hints as to Grizz's nature? Because I think it was the Panstars who asked if Grizz was non-binary. But so far, playing this entire game, herself and everybody else has been referring to her in femme terms. Being somebody else, though, are we talking in regards to a class thing where they want her to be a proper lady in gowns and dresses? To do as expected until it's time to find a husband for babies? To pull in a wealthy husband to include his wealth into the family wealth? Or is this more that there is someone else inside Grizz begging to come out? It could just be the touch of freedom. An atmosphere of slight distrust. The story is turning out very delicious. The story of someone who was falling for somebody for the first time, taking the risk to pursue them romantically, to learn that we've been sleeping around behind her back, and yet she continues. She tries to give her heart what it aches for, but there is pain. There is distrust. How beautiful is that? That is just as good as selling our soul and losing everything in the end. Jealousy about pages? Discard any jealousy about pages? Fall in love twice? In 1 week? Look, they can't be side pieces if everyone is equal on the table here, equally being toyed with. Enigmatic, romantic interest in friend. Want to reveal my love for her. Spoken of loving one another. Says one delicious beloved. A fling. A flirt. Okay, afternoon time now. Okay, Horatia! I'm gonna deepen this connection as much as we can until time runs out. I must enter that basement. You know, come to think of it, given our clothing options here, this is like right after the fall, right? But then, if I go into like my, the character I used to play, logging in, and by the time the browser game comes around, they advance the fashion from cloaks or sailor outfits or whatnot to things like goggles, neat glass goggles of various make, iron hats, outfits of various exotic silks and whatnot. Whoa boy, there goes the bitrate again. Behave, bitrate. I'm just musing on how much things have changed between almost a year since the fall to the present of Fallen London, when everyone's become so comfortable with the neat and the bizarrities in it. Somebody walking around like some kind of steampunk convention reject, perfectly normal. That's just the goggles for the safety of the eyes and whatnot. Spider hat, have you seen them? They got mini silks anyway. Bitrate, behave. What have you got going on here? Ostensibly, 5,000, 6,000 should be fine, but it is dropping like 20 frames a second. So bitrate alone isn't the full story, since 4,000, 6,000 should be perfectly fine for what I have it on. $8,000 is definitely impossible, though that's some rubber banding. 8,000 doesn't exist. 6,000 is a max for Twitch. Green, yellow, green. Staying green. We gotta be good. Yellow again. Bit of a chartreuse. Then an ugly, untrustworthy red. And down to the thousands. They heard me say that 8,000 kilobytes per second is impossible, and gave it something more realistic. You good, stream? You doing alright there? I don't think it likes me. The more I mean up to it, the worse it gets. It worked! Was gonna count to give like 5 seconds of stability. You done toying around? Gonna stay green? Gonna take it. Where are you? Nah, Horatio, that's just colonialism. Engage a butler. Hint that I've been otherwise occupied with myself. That is me. That is the name I gave myself. I think it's supposed to have risen there since we just banged her. My darkly witty self, keenly observant of people's characters, apart on friendly terms, huh? Come on, confidants! Degree of confidence, nothing's changed. So I'm going to assume that this probably isn't the way to get to the basement if I want to get to the basement. Was it that Swedish guy who said Horatia is a really difficult route? I'm starting to believe it. Lose myself in memories of Grizz as much as he's enjoying that afterglow. And a surprising amount of hair. I guess she's got it all wrapped up there. I thought that was just her due, that she just gets to cut short that way, but no, it's just all bundled up. We have got to keep on getting into our landlady's good graces. No changes yet. Maybe it requires romance. What if she only lets us down into her deepest cellar? If we're pursuing her deepest cellars. Vatican Encyclical Lapsus Londinensis. Firm support to all children of God, rebukes Anglican Church for abandoning flock, confirms that devils are enemy of the Church. So status quo. And this might be the last of the memories. Depressed 2019. Not leaving bed, barely eating. Romance, Grizz needs anything, mischievous behavior, connection with Horatia is not going to get me anywhere. Want to reveal love for Grizz, romantic interest. Why don't we then? We can see if she needs anything. Let's see what she needs. What a favor for Grizz even looks like. I should say she's familiar with me by now. The sunken parliament. That's been a location, but we haven't been able to actually do anything with it. Why do you want to go there? Oh, this sounds to me like lore. I don't know if there's expansion on the Parliament in Fallen London itself, but this sounds like more information. Guide Grizz to the ruins. I don't think do I have the ruins? The family she discards, so she only calls herself Smith now, her childhood. Declare love for her, see if you can't turn that distrust into something. Her eyebrows dropped. Is that just a banter while she gathers her feelings? Or does she have doubts onto what kind of love I can give? Almost none, really. Very little. What is certainty, anyhow? At least for the moment. That sounds to me like we took this naive woman and gave her a very harsh lesson in reality. It sounds like she is willing to have her fun for now, but she doesn't have any trust in me to stay around. Oh, we got the confession. Confession and a new task. Harjeet, 4 pennies to show the way. But we got another beloved. We got 2 beloveds now. Okay, Harjeet, show me the parliament. And we'll go tomorrow. If we can't get into the basement, this will be at least something else we can do. It'll be some other new mystery we could explore. Parliament, parentheses, sunken, close parentheses. We got Parliament for free the last time. What did we do in what order to get the Parliament building? This pointed out to us. Somebody gave it to us, but I can't remember who. If anyone from Miss Chapman's does. Let him tell me whatever he likes. And what exactly would that entail? I'm just letting him speak, and not interrupting him, and taking note of whatever he says. And at 4 coin left, if we do decide if we have the time even to help David with his memories. Do we have any confidence with David? Because that might take time to build up. I don't think we'll be able to help David with his trauma this time around. Only an informant. A simmering informant. Oh, sounds exactly like Horatia is experiencing what our character did when they couldn't leave bed. She's just got a different way of expressing it. Concern. Attack the attitude, accept her state. Show concern. Does she want to go out? She just said she doesn't want to go out. Do you want to go out? I don't know, she's clearly grieving a whole lot of things around here and has so many things in her head. On the one hand, Horatio, if it makes you happier to stay inside and pretend things aren't as they are, that's some comfort, but it doesn't seem very healthy. You have people here, you got family. So let's see, basement is still not a breach. We have Parliament ruins, we could explore there. And prison break is already accounted for. So maybe, since we've seen this event, maybe things will be different between us. Horatia and I. Exactly 1 week to go, only 14 actions could be taken. Import from above, full supply of crickets. And should be no more memories? No more memories. Just focus entirely on trying to unearth whatever stones we have left. Escort Grizz. Might as well. It's a new thing, it's new stuff to see. What if this is like the Amber Warrens, and there's somebody new inside the Parliament building? Ooh, bats. Bad luck, Masters wanted it damaged, suits the need. Pages was going around, correspondencing buildings he wanted saved and wanted gone. If they wanted this building to survive, they would have made it so. They wanted this thing to fall. Admire her family, ask about her uncle, ask about the uncle. To him, or in general? Is that giant bat descending from the water behind us? Are we gonna get eaten? Are we? Oh, we got ascending lights! Oh, drownies! Is that her uncle? Her uncle's become a Johnny himself. All the parliamentarians have joined the court of the Fathom King. Say I do, by the power vested in her uncle. Man, my fallen character is still stuck in that labyrinth of tigers. I don't think I can find my way out, even if I tried to go back into that game for a weekend. I tried. The last I played, like actually played. Couldn't find my way out at all. So sounds to me an assassination, maybe? Honey up the parliamentarians? Now hold on. Because you leave if you take the honey, don't you? You disappear. And sure, you come back, but maybe they intended to entrap the parliamentarians of the honey dreams? Either to trap them in the honey dreams, or a merciful death as they drop everything in the river. Or maybe they intended for them to pop back into the water. Masters suffered us to wake up here by design or by nature of the building going under. This sounds to me like we could take a game over here. Oh, we can't stay. We can't take a game over where we stay with the drownies and then reload because there's no going back to the attic if you stay and drown. And so no autosave. Oh, what? Zoom in but no smooch goodbye after that trauma? Took Grizz to see Parliament. Well, it's afternoon now. We could deepen connection. But we are running low on time. Archie needs anything. The last time we asked that, that's what got us. Head down to the basement. Visit thing in the basement. What if it's out of order? What if I got that option before the means to do it, and I should have done something else first? Is Archie gonna have anything interesting for me, or...? My own encounter. Because I'm pretty sure we taught this World War II. This sounds like it's repeating what we've already spoken about. Algernon did say that we met a rat prophet king at the Ungulate, but we never did. So maybe there is a bit of out of ordering going on here? Because that's what I got last time, just that, alas, rats have failed to master singing. Take the list of ferrets, say I can't. And another matter, he says. We've only got a week left. As far as I'm concerned, we got no means to go into the basement. Maybe we'll go into the basement automatically when we have Archie go into it, because we've already promised that he's going to hide out in the basement. Horatia and our friends now, I doubt we can get any closer. Ask around the vicar. I'm pretty sure told us that before too, so maybe I should talk to the vicar. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe it is somebody else to get to her, but by way of the vicar, not by way of Moss. We do got a week now. We got a solid week, so... Theophilus... Unless it requires Archie to say his bit about, hey, if Horatia's not feeling well, talk to the vicar. Horatio mentioned change directions. Concerned as a friend. Efforts might be overzealous. Overexerting himself is a concern as a friend. Wait, was that... Did I misread that? Was that as more of a friend? More than a friend? Hold on. Did I click the flirty option by mistake? I might have skipped a word reading that. Church, come on. Quick glance at the bitrate is still good. The flood of bitrates has ended a while ago. As more than a friend, so I did misread it. I totally glossed over it. All I saw was, okay, suggest I'm considered as a friend. What's the next option? But more than a friend could mean best friends. Maybe it means besties. Worse than those ladies. Ah! Let it lie. What he does not want to reveal. Press the matter further. See what he does not want to reveal with those eyes that Rachel taught us. Alright, Job. First you're doubting Thomas, now you're Job. Oh, Victor, are you telling me you gave it away? Did you give it away? You went to... Oh, Theophilus! Why melted is obvious. He's got that nice soft beard, those honeyed eyes. He knows exactly what to say to make the hairs at the back of your neck tingle. Regrets, Padre, is that what we're talking about here? Alright. Gotta get... Well, Milton's not just gonna give it back, though. I gotta, like, equivalent exchange this and give him my own or something. Retrieve Theophilus, Woodenwig soul. Okay. That'll be something else to do. And we seem to be developing enough of a friendship with Horatia simply by being helpful at dinner. Someone who accepted this is your... Okay, alright, Horatia. If you don't wanna, you don't gotta. You've said your piece, this is what you want. I like her in spite of this. I like her because of this. It makes no difference to me. Are these my only options? Where's the simple, I accept you as you are? Not because of this, not in spite of this. Just you are fine. It makes no difference to me sounds like it could be that kind of option, but it also sounds like, I don't care, why are you telling me this? When's grub? When's tentacle and mushroom stew? So in this regard, I have to do the video game thing, and think of this in terms of video game options. And this sounds like the goodiest of the good answers. Turning into a house. Is that what she's doing? Michelle might be more likely. She's coping in her own way. So let's see what we got. Gotta visit the Devil's Townhouse, ask for Theo's soul. Maybe we're getting closer to the basement, now that Horatia's got more dinner events with us. Theo, companion and informant. Okay. Well, it's a bit between the normal BRBs, but let me refill my tea and grab myself a BRB real quick, and then we're gonna jump right on into this. We have plans now, we have things to do. Just gotta prepare myself for this mentally and bladderly. We just finished boiling. Let's get into this. So what are our goals? Milton. We got a couple beloveds. Maybe try to get Horatia into more of our good graces, but it seems that that's going automatically at dinner now. Bazaar distributes Echo currency for purchase of food and fuel. We finally got Echoes. No basement still. You noticed that for your paramours, right? You got, do you need anything? Visit with them. Horatia is still only deepened connection thereof. Request Theo's soul back from Virginia or from Milton. You could play mom and dad with them. If either devil had more trust with me. We've done nothing for Virginia this time. We got no relationship with either of them. Let's talk with Grizz first, see if Grizz needs anything else. Edges closer as I come in. Oh! The exact same line we used with Archie. Ouch. She's lost her distrust, though. She's gone full puppy mode. Back to Parliament. A realization of how to save Archie. Help out a friendship or Grizz. Friendship or Archie. Help, but let Grizz know she'll owe me one. I mean, she knows that Archie and I bang. And the whole point is, right, we're freeing Archie for the sake of freeing Archie. If she's willing to accept that Archie and I are, Don't tell me she wants to drown Archie. Tell me the whole story, Grizz. She's also her own player character, using our strategies. Drown, right, ingenious, you mean, Grizz? Or me? That's me speaking? Hey, MP83, welcome back. How's your bee friend doing? BF, bee friend. Oh my goodness, it works. It was really hard finding a single big rock. Really? Would think Finland would be full of them? An update on Discord. Alright, I'll take a peek at it then. So, wait, what is she saying then? When she says survived an encounter with the Drownies, I assume they met them, then left. The shelter upgraded and super protected. Aw, sweet. B is gonna love that. Underwater cathedral. Okay, so they have been down. When they say encounter with the Drownies, they mean they have already spent time in the Fathom King's court and escaped it. Alter the status of a crime. An act to prevent anyone from being charged with the murder of David Landau. The little bugger is super comfy now. Aww. Love the sugar water mixture with an added drop of honey. This is so sweet, MP. The lengths you're going through for this bee. I would wash her head afterwards. Drawn on various precedents. Oh, I know what this is going towards then. There's an achievement for that. What is that achievement? The last bill, end the game with a surprising revival of legal precedent. That's what this is then. So, getting close with grids. All you gotta do is get close with grids. And you can go to Parliament with her. And that gives the option of Drownies. Drowny parliamentarians to draft a bill. Sanctuary and the game with a profusion of small and unexpected friends is a route we're on now, where the rats rescue Archie. Acceptance and the game with justice, comma, perhaps, comma, being performed. I'm not quite sure what that means. Censorious, give Mr. Pages all possible censuses. Imposter synod, unexpected but necessary ceremony. Imposter synod. That's gotta involve the vicar somehow. Is the unexpected but necessary ceremony gonna be a marriage, given the type of game this is? Or is it rescuing Archie by way of the vicars? Surprising reunion is another. I don't see the secret achievement. Did I get the secret achievement already? I think it was a baptism that we just got today. 2.6% of players have this achievement unlocked today. You've done your part, give it the best chance of survival, rest up to them. That's simply nature. That's all you can really do, is do your best and hope. Flirty comment. Reverend Witherwick. But I gotta get his soul back! Spending $10 on a single bee. I think back when I was dating British and had more exposure to British panel shows, I saw something similar about that. A mention that he could revive bees by giving them a certain amount of honey. And the Brits being Brit, one of them complaining that you're wasting all this honey for a single bee. A bee produces this much honey in its lifetime, and you're going to use this much to revive one bee. That's not economical. And I got honey that you don't know what to do with. To consume, MP. That is honey for you to consume now. That is your great reward. Okay, so I think this is going to require another playthrough, though. So in another playthrough, I'm going to have to be close enough friends with the devils early on to have Poole with Virginia or Milton. Milton is probably going to require going to find his body. I bet it is. But we've already got a plan, though. So, her second favor is breaking out Archie by way of having the Reverend sing to what? Sing to permit us audience with the drowned parliamentarians to get a law written? So I'm going to conclude Grizz then. We are done with Grizz. In that case, let's go see the Devils. Milton or Virginia, we haven't done favors with either of them. They're both gonna say no. I know for a fact they're both going to say no. Can we do anything else with Theophilus, though? Census and census, so nothing. There's nothing to do with either of them. Okay, Milton. Let's see what we can do, buddy. Can I buy it back? Not a negotiation, so Virginia's gonna be along anyway. How's the game progressing? Quite well. We have chosen to become baptized as rats. And we have 2 different women of wealth who have fallen in love with us. So I'd say things are going quite well. One of whom already knows that we're banging Archie behind her back. And she's still accepting of us. Hey, Chillin' Chum. Difference of an uncaring creator. But he's got the receipt still, right? Could do a refund? Haven't looked further for the arcade game I mentioned. That's alright. It was a, it wasn't a serious recommendation. A horizontal shmup with the destroyed city as stage 1. That describes so many arcade shmups. Oh no, MP83, not as lubricant, not at all. That thing crystallizes. You do not want honey to crystallize in unfortunate places. Laugh along with their joke, accuse him of toying with Theophilus. They'll just say he came to them willingly. Cruel to accept his soul. They don't care about that. He believes he's really lost his soul. Does that sound like it's covered for experience? No. Thankfully, no. Simply the nature of knowing how honey works. And you can't get rid of it either. I used to use honey for my tea, and even as you try to be clean about it, you still get sticky globules of honey places because honey goes where it wants to go. And then you get ants. You can't get rid of it because it's too sticky, then you get ants everywhere. Repay the devil somehow in the future. The whole of my wardrobe. Oh man! Do you think that would work if you did have every single article of clothing unlocked? I bet you. I'd be amazed, but I would love if that's true. Vaguely promised to repay somehow in the future, and then I'll never see them again. How about that? A sense of protectiveness. Mind your own business. Laugh but don't actually say. Nah. I can't pull that off. I'm amazed there isn't an option to exchange my soul for his, though. So how do I... Proximity and affinity will suffice for... Okay. I was wondering about the how of restoring his soul to him, but I guess just giving it to him, it being his soul, it'll take care of itself. Ask about my own soul. Like, just for the nature thereof, right? Doubt is anything out of the ordinary. Oh... I suppose my soul is safe by nature of not being desirable enough. Okay, Theophilus. We're gonna give you your soul back. And then maybe you'll have something that links back to Horatia. And maybe that'll get us into the basement. Well, this means then that, I mean, I probably could have pushed a favor if I had done more with Milton or Virginia. But the easy option of, hey, I'll owe you a solid later, and then later never comes, is easy enough. Oh, they definitely are. Not a single person in this entire game has had a dream that wasn't real in some way. Make a point of not losing it again. Don't do it again! Heck, all I had to do was lose my soul once to learn the lesson. Once is all he needs. Attempt to drink for the... Oh, no! No. I was told not to. Let's do it. I'll reload if it's dangerous. If you don't want it. Well, he's taking it back anyway. Can't actually consume the soul myself. Attempt to elucidate the infernal disciplines in your bottles. Make better storage containers. Assure Theophilus that he has a fine soul. Theophilus, just take it. Take it into your hand, accept it back in. Oh, it's coming to him. We got the soft music. Oh, come on, I've already offered them a favor. Incredulously, dubious reassurances. I gotta give him incredulity. I'm one to talk, given my very first playthrough was signing an oral contract and jumping right into the consequence without reading the oral contract. At least he got a document. He actually got a document, the lucky devil. Make it clear I'm on the other side. Agree with complaining. Undertake this request to return Theophilus's contract. Oh, but I've already given the devils a favor. They're not gonna agree again without my own soul. Oh. I don't have to do it. I've already given him his soul back. It's just paperwork, though. If he's already got his soul back, then the contract is void, right? Oh, there's no other vents, just clean dishes. How many days have we got left now? $2.99 now. Grizz's beloved. Rachel's delicious beloved. Ferret for fling. Ivy's got an upgrade. Only delicious flirt so far. Horatia friend. Theo is now companion. Things heating up. Oh, is that because I described his bottle? But his form as a better storage for the soul than the bottle. That was me missing the apparently obvious flirty clues then. What have you got? 6? 4 days? 5 days remain. Only 10 actions. I want to use those 10 actions to elevate Ivy, get into the basement, maybe help Theophilus out. Fist of the Bazaar. Hired in the billiard hall scandal. Deepen connection. Moss stuff. Census. Theo's infernal contract. Let's at least see what's going on then. What if I were the fork? If I were the fork, would they think kindly on me? It's alright, devils, I'm on your side, honest. Confrontationally demand the contrast or blandly?